And I have some clips here that illustrate this. Obama came out and said ISIS, but to confuse people, it's been ISIS, IS, ISIL. It's really al-Qaeda. It's been al-Qaeda the whole time. But to confuse it, because it's so embarrassing that our government got caught by the military and everybody, it was the military mainly, last year, openly running al-Qaeda. The military freaked out, decompartmentalized. There was almost a total mutiny. The Secretary of Defense got all freaked out when the chairman of the Joint Chiefs went to him and said, this is not going to fly. And so they figured out a new strategy. Change the name, have them invade Iraq, and then say we've got to fund the main Syrian rebels that are al-Qaeda, by the way. They just keep calling the moderate group the main group, who admits all over the news they work with IS, al-Qaeda, whatever you want to call it, to then attack Syria. You have to understand, the rebels aren't turning to beat al-Qaeda. They're going to be armed and given air support to go and overthrow Assad. Watch. Within a month to 2 months, they'll be bombing in Damascus and saying, well, to be able to take out al-Qaeda, we've got to take control of the whole government to clean the country out. And then they're going to kill every Christian in the country, just like Libya, just like I told you they'd do 3 years ago. It's now a failed state with over 50,000 people confirmed dead. And if you're black, you're dead. If you're Christian, you're dead. They were all living there freely. The super racist, wahhabist Arabs are basically like hillbilly brown Klan people or something. I'm telling you, folks, they act just the same. They find black people, dead. They find Christians, dead. They find Jews, dead. You can pull up the New York Times admitting jihadis war on black Libyans. I mean, they just find whole warehouses full of them dead and burned or dead out in the desert, where they just take men, women, and shows videos of them. The bullets are too expensive to use. They use machetes and just hacking up black women and children. You're not going to hear jack squat out of just the Reverend Jackson and Al Sharpton and all these other idiots. We told you 4 years ago the plan, a year ago, 6 months ago. It's all on record at Infowars.com. Not because we're rocket scientists. It's a public plan. Wesley Clark talked about it. We can play those clips again if you'd like us to. To use radical Islamists to destabilize the whole Middle East. It is our government and NATO that put these people calling themselves Islamic State, calling themselves the caliphate, al-Qaeda. It's all just names of the same thing. The stupid black flag is the al-Qaeda flag. The same one bin Laden gave speeches in front of, okay? That's how dumb they think you are. And that's how dumb they think I am. And now they admit Libya is a failed state and we've got to invade there because the very group they put in charge is blowing up the airfields and murdering the Christians and the non-radical Muslims. The only thing Obama said that was true in that statement is that the main victims are Muslims. In Libya and in Iraq, not in Syria. They've gone into mainly Christian areas and killed everybody. 300,000+ dead in Syria. You can look that number up. Most of them Christians. So I don't even know if he's telling the truth there. But it is true that if you're not a radical Muslim and you just want prosperity and take care of your family and you don't want to eat hearts on television or blow up everything or blow up the shrine of Jonah, I mean, they're running around blowing up churches and Shiite mosque. The Shiites don't do that to the Sunnis, folks. And I'm not picking sides here either. I just study it. These wahhabists are nuts. You just look at them, crazy-eyed. They rape and kill everybody. They like sodomize men they grab. They're a bunch of perverts. They are just a bunch of lunatics. And so it's easy to hate them. I've got ISIS threatening us on Facebook and Twitter, real groups. I'm not scared of you, scum. I got the Second Amendment. But I feel sorry for people that don't. And if our government has our way and gets our guns, they're blowing up old stuff from the Babylonian Empire and architecture. They are a bunch of demons.